I've been doing this as a hobby for about 10 years now, and I think it's about time that I take this seriously and really start to do voiceovers full time and dedicate myself to it. Boy, oh boy, are we seeing a lot of that recently. Let's talk about it. Yo, DJ, spin that.
Here's another Get More video with the VO hustler himself, Rob Moreira. Get more with Rob Moreira.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rob Moreira here with another Get More Moreira video. That's right, your man's is back. Your boy's in the building. How are you? Now, I know what you're thinking. Things are looking a little bit different right around here. So, needless to say, there's been some changes in the lab. Not too drastic, but definitely in what's behind me, that's changed a lot. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about the back too much, only because I will be doing a lab update video later down the line once everything is done, because you see this and this looks nice, but right over there, I got a little bit of a hot mess. So that's what's going on there. So be on the lookout for that video. In any event, this video is for the new people. This is for the new jacks out there that are looking to jump into voiceover. Well, let me tell you, before you start jumping into my playground, you got to come correct, people. It's not going to be as easy as you think. There's a couple of things I want to be, straight about with you if you're looking to jump into voiceover now. The landscape has changed. The landscape's changed quite a bit, actually. We're on week, 6, 7 right now. And the voiceover industry has changed quite a bit. So before, the way things used to be is that, some work, at least for me anyway, I'm speaking from my perspective. Some work would be done at home, but I still did a lot of auditions in person. I did a lot of work in person. And that's changed. Everything I do now is virtual. Everything is completely virtual. I have the luxury that I have a booth, which is really nice. And honestly, things have changed in terms of wanting to become a voice actor now, because before you could have been a voice actor and you could have, maybe found an agent or, join voices.com, or you could just direct market and call a client and be like, hey, I'm a voice actor. You need a voice, whatever the case may be. But you were able to do all of that. And sometimes it, didn't necessarily matter what you had at home, as long as you could kind of audition in your closet or whatever. And that was about it. But now everybody expects broadcast quality audio. And if you're not there, I'm sorry, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. Sometimes that closet booth ain't gonna cut it if you didn't treat it appropriately. You got to make sure that now more than ever, whatever you consider your recording space to be, you absolutely have to make sure it is a very, very well treated space. And whatever noise you happen to have that's lingering about that your mic picks up, you got to be able to get rid of it. So I'm not saying that your closet has to be soundproof, but it got to be good. You know what I'm saying? It got to be good. And, everybody's situation is different. So I unfortunately can't make, suggestions on how to make your specific closet amazing, because everybody's building is different. Everybody's house is different. The materials that were used to build it are different. So you're going to have to figure that out for yourself. But it's something to keep in mind. With that being said, besides your space, which should always be number one. Your space always has to be on point. But besides that, you got to make sure your equipment's on point too. Case in point, you got to make sure you have a good mic. Sorry, USB mics. Before, if you're just auditioning or whatever, cool, whatever. But sorry, guys, XLR mic. If you don't have an XLR mic, you'll. I'm not saying you won't get work. You'll get work. But if you're looking to turn this into a career, and especially as fast as things are moving right now and how thick the competition is becoming, you're going to have to step up your game in a couple of different avenues if you want to stand out appropriately. So if you want to stand out, you got to have the space. 2, you got to have the equipment. You got to have a nice banging XLR mic. I'm not telling you, you saw that? Mark. I don't know why I said that. You got to have a banging XLR mic. But I'm not saying go out and buy a Neumann U87. I'm not saying drop 3 grand on a microphone either. You don't need that. But don't, it's an investment. Voiceover is an investment. So you're gonna have to invest some money on some good, on some good tools. So you may have to drop $200-300 on a nice microphone. And then you need the XLR, and then you need an interface. Again, I'm not saying to go out there and buy an Apollo Twin. I'm not saying to drop $800 on an interface. I use a Focusrite 2i2. That was $200. It works perfectly. I have yet to have any issues with it. So if that's all you can afford, then rock it. I use the Focusrite 2i2. I think it's awesome. If you want to use an Audient, get an Audient. The Audient I think is like $400. Whatever, it's up to you. But you need to get something that's gonna give you some good sound. Besides that, make sure your laptop is good. You know what I'm saying? If you got some old busted iMac, yeah, it ain't gonna cut it. If you got an old busted PC with no memory on it, that's not gonna cut it. Because if a client wants you to record for an hour and you can't do that because you don't have the hard drive space, what are you doing? No, go out, get a new laptop, go on Amazon, order one, get them Best Buy, whatever. Figure it out. You need to have your equipment up to snuff. Now, again, this is for you new people who are looking to jump in. You don't need the best of the best, but you need better than crap. All right? You can't go out there with trash and think you're going to get work. It ain't going to happen. You got to be set up appropriately. All right? Besides that, Source Connect is a big one. Now, I've been doing this almost 7 years now, and I never use Source Connect as much as I have in the last 2 weeks. It's crazy. But it goes to show you this is how the business is changing. Nobody's going to studios anymore. This is not the case. Everybody's working from home. And the best way to connect with people is ISDN, IPDTL, or Source Connect. Yes, there are others that people use, maybe with some European clients, but those are the big main three right now that people usually tend to ask for in castings. Now, these are castings coming from my agents. All right, I do still have some work that I do with other clients that I record locally from my house, and we're patched in by Zoom. So phone patches still happen. Phone patch directed sessions still happen either via Zoom, either by an actual phone call, or by Skype. So those do still happen. So I'm not saying that it's all just now falling on Source Connect, but if you're looking to do a good, legit job, maybe through an agent or whatever the case may be, then yeah, you're probably going to need Source Connect. Obviously, because of NDAs, I can't speak of the prior gigs that I've done where I've used Source Connect, but I've done it for one large fast food chain. I did one for a podcast. So yeah, just different people are using it, but it is being used. So something to think about. Don't go drop I think it's $650. Don't drop the $700 now. But Source Connect is something that you should kind of keep on your radar. Or IPDTL. It's up to you which is the one that you want to use. IPDTL works off your browser, while Source Connect, you have to do a little router finagling. But if you call for Source Connect, they hook you up. They're actually pretty awesome. They've helped me twice already figure out some stuff with my connection issues, and they've been great. So I highly recommend them. I like Source Connect. So Source Connect, keep that in mind. If you don't know what Source Connect is, look it up. All right. If you don't know what an audio interface is, look it up. If you don't know what a good XLR mic is, look it up. There's so much information out there that you can figure out all this information without asking anybody. As fast as the business is moving, now is not the time for hand-holding. You can't go out there and just say, what should I do to the world? And wait for voice actors to get back to you. I'm telling you right now, we all busy. We should be we are unbelievably fortunate that we are this busy, but we are. You know what I'm saying? So I do help, occasionally I do help a couple of actors, but these are actors that I know personally that I am looking to help out and, guide them along the way, that I do not mind mentoring. But, you know what I'm saying? I can't mentor everybody. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself a mentor. Find yourself somebody that you trust, that is doing their thing. They're killing it. They're slaying it out there. They're doing their hustles. They're they're making their moves, and follow them. Ask them questions if they're available. Respect their time. That's something to do. Respect their time. But and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? So don't ask the masses. Be focused. Find an actor or two that you respect, whose work you like, or unless you happen to just know them, and then ask them and tell them, hey, listen, I'm looking to do this. Can you, mentor me into getting into this biz? And I'm sure they'll assist you as long as you're being respectful about it and you're not expecting them to give you work. Nobody gives you work. It don't work like that. All right. Now, I'm not saying referrals don't happen, but that's a whole other beast. And you brand new, you ain't earned referrals yet. So pump the brakes. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So if you are new and you're looking to jump into voiceover, it's a very different landscape right now. It's very competitive, it's very thick, but there are easy ways to stand out. As in, if you've had acting training, awesome. If you got a demo, awesome. If you got good equipment, great. If you got a space, great. These are all good things. If you have somebody in mind who could be a mentor to you, also great, because they're going to be able to tell you what they do, what moves they do to get work. Again, some people may just hit big with their agents. That could be the case. Some people strictly work off their agents and they do amazingly well. Some people hunt and find work on their own. That also is another option. There's many different ways to find work in voiceover. I'm fortunate where I happen to kind of tread in 3 different areas. I get work from my agent, I get work on my own, and work comes to me, and I also get referred. So 4 different ways. So there's 4 different ways to really get work out there. At least that I've done. I'm sure there's more. But yeah, you gotta be out there. You gotta keep your head on a swivel. Keep see what's going on. Join Facebook groups. Jump on Twitter. Talk to voice actors on there. The Twitter world is amazing. It really is. Considering you only get 143 characters, just connecting with voice actors on there is pretty awesome. It's a really great community overall. It's very tight knit. Everybody knows each other and everybody respects each other. But it's that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? You show respect, you get respect. It is what it is. So that's what you got to do. So, but you need to get out there and you need to get your pulse on the business and see what's going on, see what people are talking about. Don't hesitate to ask questions, but don't ask questions that everybody asks. What's the best microphone? What's the best audio interface? Where do you get work? I can't tell you how much I can't stand that question. Where do you get work? It was like, listen, when I first started, I did not ask that question. I was not looking to other people to tell me, hey, where do you get work? Nah, I figured it out by myself. And I'm not unique in this. Most successful voice actors, they find work on their own because they actually put the time and effort to find said work. When you do that, you appreciate the work that much more. If people just hand you everything, the minute that it gets dry, because it will get dry, you're going to freak out, you're going to get bored, and then you're going to not want to do it anymore. All right? So if you're going to get into voiceover, if you're going to be serious about it, then you got to come correct. If you're just looking to do this as a hobby, just jump on Twitter and there's castings all the time. Literally, put hashtag casting, do a search, and you'll find castings all over the place. So if it's just a hobby, then boom, there you go. I just gave you the keys to the kingdom. Just go onto Twitter, hashtag casting or casting call, and you're going to see castings all over the place. From indie developers, people doing fan dubs, people that post from their casting call club, or you could just get onto casting call club, and you could look for auditions on there. Some of them pay, some of them don't, some of them are fan projects, whatever. But again, if it's just a hobby, you clearly don't really care all that much to make a career out of it. For my career people, yeah, you're gonna have to do some work. Sorry, that you gotta bust your ass. That's just how you make money in this business, is by busting your ass and networking. You gotta network, you gotta get out there, you gotta talk to people. You can't stay in a cave and think that you're gonna get rich and sit on stacks. It don't work like that. You gotta get out there, you gotta talk, you gotta figure out what's going on, see what's happening, who's casting, whatever the case may be part of the community. That's one of the ways that you're gonna succeed. So for my new jacks, I do wish you luck, and hopefully, we come out of this. There's a lot of work out there. I'm not, it's not, the work isn't drying up. There's honestly a lot of work out there. And there's enough for everybody. There really is. And if you do your thing, you'll be able to get out there and make some bread for yourself. But you got to put in the work. Got to put in the work. Got to put in the research and make sure that your setup is up to snuff to provide good broadcast quality audio. All right. So much love to y'all. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if this is your first time watching a Get More video with moi, make sure you hit that subscribe button, which is probably going to be right over here. And if you want, also click on the bell so you can get the notifications. Much love. Drop a comment. Talk to y'all. Peace.